My dear sisters and brothers in Christ, in today's Gospel, Jesus calls us to live in a constant state of readiness for His return. A return that could come at any hour, when we least expect it. The early Christian community, suffering under intense persecution, clung to the hope of Christ's second coming as the ultimate liberation from their trials. Yet the true heart of Jesus' message lies not in pinpointing the moment of His arrival, but in ensuring we are spiritually prepared when that moment comes. Jesus urges His disciples with striking clarity. You also must be prepared, for at an hour you do not expect, the Son of Man will come. Luke chapter 10 verse 40. This expectation of the Messiah's arrival is deeply rooted in the Jewish tradition, and ancient teachings identified specific signs that would signal His coming. These included, if all of Israel repented in unity on a single day, if the entire nation properly observed just one Sabbath, if a generation was wholly innocent or completely guilty, if humanity reached a point of total despair, or if children became entirely disrespectful toward their parents and elders. As Christians, we believe that the Messiah has already come through the incarnation of Christ. Now we await His second coming, not to save the world again, but to judge the living and the dead, as we profess each Sunday in the Creed. The exact moment remains hidden, but the call to readiness is clear. Jesus says, "Blessed are those servants whom the Master finds vigilant on His arrival." Luke 12:37. This beatitude becomes our guide to live each day with the awareness that our lives are entrusted to God and should be spent in service and generosity. To illustrate what this preparedness looks like, let us consider a powerful image from nature. The river Jordan flows from Mount Hermon, bringing fresh water to the Sea of Galilee. In its waters, fish thrive, birds soar, and lush trees grow along its banks. What makes the Sea of Galilee truly remarkable, however, is that it does not keep this blessing to itself. It lets the waters flow freely onward, sharing life with all in its path. In stark contrast lies the Dead Sea. Although it receives the same fresh waters from the Jordan, it remains everything for itself. It retains everything for itself and has no outlet. As a result, no fish swim in its depths, no birds fly overhead, and no greenery grows along its shores. Its lifelessness stems not from what it receives, but from its unwillingness to give. The tragedy of the Dead Sea is that by refusing to share its blessings, it has become a symbol of spiritual death, a mirror for what our lives become when we close ourselves off to generosity. Saint Mother Teresa of Calcutta once said, "Let no one ever come to you without leaving better and happier." Be the living expression of God's kindness. Kindness in your face, kindness in your eyes, kindness in your smile. Her words echo the gospel call to live like the Sea of Galilee, overflowing with the love we receive from God. God's grace, like the Jordan River, flows into our lives freely, abundantly, and daily. The question is, do we let it flow through us into the lives of others? If we already strive to live generously, let us rejoice and continue to be sources of life and blessing. But if we find that we have become more like the Dead Sea, holding tightly to what we have and fearful of giving, then today is a moment of grace to open our hearts and let the waters of God's love pour forth. In doing so, we prepare ourselves not just for the end of time, but for every moment Christ comes to meet us, here, now, and in every person we encounter. May we live each day with the joyful expectation of His return, transformed by His love, and ready to share that love with the world.